Let us get started with Axpert. To get a trial instance created for yourself in Agile Cloud, send an email to marketing@agilelabs.com. An email will be sent back from Agile Labs with the login credentials, which includes the application URL, schema name, username, and password. Log into Agile Cloud with given credentials as follows. Enter the application URL. The database hosted in this application URL includes multiple schema. A user can choose their respective schema. Here I am using schema called video for training purpose. Enter the username and password. You have now logged in into an empty instance where you can see only the standard forms that come along with the Axpert by default. These forms are used to enter some common master data that you may use. We will come back to understanding these default forms later. Now let us start creating an application by creating forms and reports. These are created using Axpert Studio. This option is available under Utils icon on the top right corner. Click on the Axpert Studio. This takes you to Axpert Developer Studio. The Developer Studio has options to create forms, reports, custom pages, and other utilities. Forms in Axpert are created by defining data structures. The data structures in Axpert are called transaction structures or T-struct. T-structs are defined as collection of data elements along with the rules. Consider creating a customer form as shown here. Click on the form or the T-struct option to create and edit the forms. Click on New button to create a new form. Provide the form name. A form name is a unique 5-character text. A form caption will be displayed in the menu system in the run site. In some cases, the forms may not be viewed in the menu system. In such cases, set the form accessible from menu option to no. Submit the form. On successful creation of a form, the form elements are listed. The form elements page lists the form elements on the left panel. For a new form, by default, a DC is added. A DC is a data container. A data container is a frame in the form. When the structure is created, the table is also created in the backend database. DC table created by Axpert will have form name plus 1 as the table name. In our example shown here, the form name is cform, hence the table name will be cform1. Axpert allows the user to rename the default table name created. One or more fields can be created under a DC. Each field in the DC will be created as a component in the form. It is also created as a column in the table. Once a DC is created, start creating the fields by selecting the required field type from the New option. Select the field type as per the requirement. Now, to input a customer name, choose a simple text field from the New option and fill the details. Provide the field name and field cap. Submit the field. To input a reference number like customer code, use the auto-generate field. Axpert will generate unique sequential number for auto-generated fields. The customer code selected here has a prefix of CUST and includes 4 digits in the sequence. In order to generate the customer code as shown here, use the define sequence property in the mode of entry. Enter an alphabetical prefix followed by the starting digit and number of digits to be included in the auto-generated sequence. There can be more than one sequence for an auto-generate field. We will come back to understanding this multiple sequence usage in further discussions. Click on OK. To accommodate large data like address, use large text field. To input an email ID, use email field. To create a drop-down field like account manager, you can choose the drop-down component. Drop-down field shows a list of values for the users to select. Drop-down values can have different sources. It may be from a field in the another form, or from a list of values, an SQL, or from an API. Choose the Select from Form option to create a drop-down field that will list the data from a field in the another form as drop-down values. You can link the existing form here called user form and get the data of the username field. Get the data of the username field as a drop-down values. Select the data source form and data source field. Axpert automatically frames an SQL and displays in the SQL text. Notice that the SQL framed by Axpert has 2 columns. The first column is the record ID of the source table and the second is the data source column. A DC table that is created by Axpert will contain the table name plus ID as a field. This is the primary field for this table and Axpert populates this field with a unique number. This field is referred as record ID in Axpert. Once your form elements are created, click on Save button in the top toolbar. This will save the t-struct and make it available in runtime. Refresh the menu, the form will be added to the menu system. The created form can be accessible by menu or by entering the form caption in the search bar. In the next session, we are going to understand about how the data can be filled in into a form and how we can view the saved data.